In this video, I discuss 5 retirement mistakes you can fix even after you retire. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
When we go into retirement, there are mistakes from our past that we just can't change. And the fact is, I've never met anyone who can say that they have taken no mistakes from their working years into retirement that affect their retirement. And the reason I bring that up is because a lot of people go into retirement and they have regret about the things that they did in their past. And while regret is sometimes useful for certain things, you can't change the past. And if other people have made retirement mistakes too, maybe the best way forward is just to look for solutions to your current set of problems. And that's what this video is all about. This video will discuss 5 very powerful and very simple actions you can take today in retirement to fix mistakes of the past so that you have a better retirement in the future. All right, let's get into it. The first is claiming Social Security too early. Now, most people know that there's a 12-month do-over rule. If you don't, let me explain what that is. If you claim Social Security at, say, age 62, and about 6 or 8 months into your 12-month period of taking Social Security, you change your mind and want to undo it, you can. And the only thing you have to do is write a check and repay everything that you've received from the Social Security Administration. Why would this ever come about? Well, it's usually someone who's retired, or maybe even retired against their will, and they receive a call from an old employer, an old boss, or an old friend who's looking for someone who can do what they can do. And so now they are back in the workforce. After 12 months, you can't undo it except for one scenario, and this is actually one that a lot of people don't know about, and that is when you reach full retirement age, you can stop your Social Security and let it grow from age 67, let's say, if your full retirement age is age 67, until the time you re-retire, adding more size to your Social Security check. And because the period from full retirement age to age 70 grows at 8% per year, and before full retirement age, it's about 5 or 6% per year, this actually has a very strong impact on the size of your Social Security payment. You can actually increase your Social Security payment by another 24%, plus the cost of living adjustments along the way. 24% is the 8% jump between 67 and 68, the 8% jump between 68 and 69, and the 8% jump between 69 and 70. So if you're 67 and you decide that you want to increase the size of your Social Security payment, once you reach full retirement age, you can stop taking Social Security and continue to let it grow for as much as 3 years. The second point is underestimating your healthcare costs. Now, the fact is, when you retire, when a lot of people retire anyway, they don't know that their costs for healthcare are going to go up because they've had pretty much a fixed cost for their entire adult life. And that's the cost of their contribution to their health insurance plan and any deductibles and copays along the way. But healthcare in retirement can be one of the biggest budget busters, particularly in certain areas. Many retirees believe that Medicare will cover everything. But the fact is, Medicare doesn't cover everything, and oftentimes you're responsible for copays, vision, dental, hearing, and other costs. Now, there are plans like a Medicare Advantage plan, which get you a lot closer to not paying for much in retirement, but those have their own limitations. According to Fidelity, the average 65-year-old couple can expect to spend $300,000 in healthcare costs while in retirement. If you didn't plan on this, don't panic. There are some adjustments that you can make. First, review your Medicare coverage annually during open enrollment. Switching to a different Medicare Advantage plan or a different Medigap plan could reduce your out-of-pocket costs, particularly if your health needs have changed. Second, build a specific line item for healthcare costs in your retirement budget. A lot of people will just put that under miscellaneous, but that's a mistake. You want to have a specific line item identified for your healthcare costs, both now and in the future, and you can let that account build if you're not using it today. Lastly, if you and your spouse still have earned income in a health savings account, you can contribute to that account until you start taking Medicare. The HSA account has triple tax advantages that make it very worthwhile and can help you plan for your future when it comes to healthcare costs. Gang, Holy Schmidt limits its partners to 2 or 3 high-quality, well-researched partners that we think add a lot of value to our viewers. One of those partners is Chapter. Chapter is a Medicare advisor that saves their clients an average of $1,100 per year, has access to 24,000 plans, and is totally free to you. So if you have questions about Medicare or you just need a second opinion, give them a call at 440-703-1224 and tell them that Jeff Schmidt sent you. I'll leave the number up on the screen so that you don't have to stop the video to give them a call because it'll be there at the end. Now back to the video. Correctable mistake number 3, holding too much cash or, conversely, taking too much risk. In other words, the retiree is too conservative or too aggressive with their investments. Some retirees move everything to cash or CDs because they're afraid of market volatility. The problem is that cash often fails to keep up with inflation, eroding purchasing power over time. On the other hand, some retirees take on excessive market risk, hoping that they're going to capture high returns, maybe even to make up for some years that they didn't have such high returns. And invariably, in those instances, sometimes there's a sharp market correction and their portfolio goes in the opposite direction. If either of these sound like you, there's good news. You can make the adjustments to your portfolio so that it's much more balanced. First, start by reassessing your withdrawal needs, time horizon, and risk tolerance. Your portfolio should balance growth to outpace inflation with stability to weather down markets. And by the way, you don't need to figure this out alone. A financial advisor or really good personal financial planning software can help you make the decisions better. We have some resources for you in the description below, so feel free to check those out at the end of this video. Even small changes like reducing your exposure to equity slightly or diversifying into dividend-paying stocks can have a huge impact over the long run. Number 4, overlooking the fact that you're going to have required minimum distributions or RMDs until it's too late. Starting at age 73 or age 75, depending on your birth year, the IRS requires you to start withdrawing funds from your taxable retirement accounts like an IRA or a 401k. And if you miss it, the penalty used to be 50%. Now it's only 25%. Here's how to fix it. If you're in retirement but you haven't reached your RMD year yet, start preparing now. Estimate what your RMDs are going to be using the IRS life expectancy tables and start planning on taking those withdrawals at the right time. If you don't need the RMDs to live, consider qualified charitable distributions, a Roth, or other tax-advantaged opportunities for the funds that are coming out. Make sure you monitor your tax bracket if you deposit the funds in a Roth IRA because you still have to pay taxes on those funds when they come out of your 401k or your traditional IRA. Number 5, withdrawing from the wrong accounts first. This means taking withdrawals in a tax-inefficient manner. Many retirees just take funds from whatever account is most convenient to them. Usually it's a 401k or an IRA, without giving thought to which accounts would be the least impactful on their tax bill. You might also trigger higher IRMAA premiums on Medicare or bump yourself into a higher tax bracket. Here's how to fix it. Look at your individual situation and consider the most tax-efficient withdrawal strategy for the assets that you have. A common approach is to withdraw from your taxable accounts first, your tax-deferred accounts second, and your Roth last. This allows your tax-advantaged dollars to grow as long as possible. But the exact order depends on your personal tax picture. You might even benefit from a tax bracket fill strategy, which means that you withdraw from your taxable accounts up to the point where you fill the tax bracket and not any further. This kind of planning is best done by CPAs, personal financial planners, or personal financial planning software. Using these tools will give you a solid start. The bottom line is don't let convenience influence your withdrawal strategy. With a little planning, you can stretch your retirement dollars further and have a better after-tax outcome. And let me highlight this one point. Retirement isn't the end of your financial planning. It's just the next phase of it. It's crucial that you focus in on the tools available to you in retirement because they are just as important, if not more important, than the tools that were available to you during your working years. The 5 mistakes we talked about today aren't uncommon, but the ability to fix them is what sets smart retirees apart. As a reminder, don't forget to call our partners at Chapter if you have any Medicare questions. Their number is 440-703-1224, and don't forget to tell them that Jeff Schmidt sent you. Their information is also in the description below. If you like this video, check out that video, 9 Simple Rules for a Better Retirement. I follow them myself. This is Jeff Schmidt, and I'll see you in that video right there.